Subscribe. Media.
Too slow. You're driving. You say you're trying
Despite the pandemic, despite the massive state of the war in Ukraine and the world economy in general, the NPP administration has managed to rebuild the Canadian economy and bring about sustainable change.
My government will reduce the fiscal burden on government by empowering the private sector to do more. Fundamental to building any modern, prosperous society is ensuring that access to education and health is available to all, and that there is a safety net for the most vulnerable. Under the two-term administration of His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo's government, I can say without any fear of contradiction that no past leader has done more to uplift the poor and the vulnerable in society than my boss. We put in place new ones and expanded existing social policies and programs for the masses across Ghana, like the free senior high school, free TVET, Agenda 111, one constituency, one ambulance, expanding school feeding, national health insurance care for childhood cancer, sickle cell patients, and kidney dialysis, and so on. I pledge to you that my government will protect and deepen all these programs that several millions of you depend on. From my interactions with the people, the three top major concerns of Ghanaians are the cost of living, jobs, and roads. The 2024 manifesto of the new patriotic party prioritizes what you, the Ghanaian people, say are your priorities. The manifesto lays out a clear path of how we plan to solve these major problems, among others. That is why my government will make business and jobs our number one priority. True to our philosophy, I believe the private sector has the capacity to provide jobs and create wealth for society. My administration will therefore incentivize and empower the private sector to do more in complementing government in the provision and management of many infrastructures and other public services. This can reduce government expenditure, increase efficiency and accountability, create competition, and improve maintenance. Yes, we have built more roads than any other government in the Fourth Republic, but we still have a lot to do. In the last 8 years, we have been deliberate in empowering Ghanaian contractors to undertake many major infrastructural projects that would otherwise have gone to foreign contractors. My policies will encourage the private sector to take greater responsibility in the provision and management of critical infrastructures, including building hostels, housing, and schools for government to rent or lease to own. The demand for roads construction is massive, and this has historically placed a huge burden on the budget. I will make it more attractive for the private sector to also finance construction, management, and maintenance of roads through PPP concessions. Also, I want to change our procurement culture drastically to tackle waste and corruption. My government will move towards leasing rather than outright purchase of goods such as vehicles, printing equipment, and so on. The private sector will have the responsibility for the maintenance of the equipment. With this approach, the budget can save very significant amounts in outright cash expenditure annually from various items across different ministries, departments, and agencies. The policy will energize the private sector to invest in their expansion and create many jobs. Enhancing the role of the private sector, along with fiscal and administrative decentralization, improving our systems and the way your institutions function, will lead to greater efficiency, cutting waste, and ensuring value for money in procurement. The move towards the private sector provision of many public services would create the fiscal space of at least 3% of GDP annually. That is 30 billion Ghana cedis annually. This represents a major paradigm shift. Additionally, an efficient system of governance will require even fewer ministers. Therefore, I will have no more than 50 ministers. Ladies and gentlemen, I come to our tax system. To increase government tax revenue, we have to reform and refocus the Ghana Revenue Authority towards broadening the tax base. Estimates suggest revenues amounting to 13% of GDP, or some 150 billion Ghana cedis in 2023, are not collected because people are outside the tax net. Many individuals, businesses find our tax system cumbersome and confusing. We want a tax system that is easy to understand, easy to comply with, and easy to enforce, softer on the taxpayer, and that is not subject to so much discretion. It's with subsidized rents. Significantly, ladies and gentlemen, improving the availability and affordability of power. We will do this by bringing on board 2,000 megawatts of solar power and incentivizing users by buying access to power they generate from their solar systems and paying with free electricity from the national grid when they need power through net metering. We will continue to make accessing services easier. For example, once you have a Ghana card, all public organizations will not be required to collect your basic data. They will have all that data. They don't need you to fill any forms because all of it is on your Ghana card. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to build a Ghana where we leverage technology, data, and systems for inclusive economic growth. I want to build a Ghana into a world-class digital economy. I want to build a Ghana where we apply digital technology, STEM, robotics, and artificial intelligence for the transformation of agriculture, healthcare, education, manufacturing, fintech, and public services delivery. As part of this process, it is my goal to eliminate the digital divide by achieving over 90% internet penetration within the first 4 years of office. We have already made very significant progress in this direction by increasing internet penetration from 34% in 2016 to some 70% by 2023. The task in the next 4 years is to move from 70% to over 90% as exists in the advanced countries. It is possible. I am determined to not let Ghana miss out on the fourth industrial revolution, as our continent did on the industrial revolution some centuries back. I want to see Ghana build the digital talent we require for the fourth industrial revolution. This will mean providing digital software skills to hundreds of thousands of youth. This, along with other priorities, will create jobs for the youth, including school dropouts. In collaboration with the private sector, we will train at least 1 million youth in IT skills, including software development, to provide job opportunities worldwide. Ladies and gentlemen, generally, there will be an enhanced focus on technical and vocational education. My government will also support the establishment of a national open university, Ghana, in collaboration with the private sector, and it will focus on ICT, TVET, and STEM. Ladies and gentlemen, to prepare our children for the fourth industrial revolution, I will enhance the positioning of the educational system towards STEM, robotics, artificial intelligence, and vocational skills to cope with the demands of the fourth industrial revolution and job creation. My government will make coding and robotics standard in senior high school. Furthermore, to become a digital hub in Africa, Ghana's telecoms industry needs more investment. The cost of data for the ordinary Ghanaian has become too expensive. It goes against the very ethos of our digitalization journey. We commit to working actively with industry players in setting clear policy guidelines that will remove any investor uncertainty and difficulties in business planning, including the expeditious allocation of spectrum, driven more by the goal of enhancing digital inclusion. In addition, we would be working with educational institutions, leading and global tech firms to establish a national robotics, engineering, and AI lab for research and training of young Ghanaians locally. We will also be providing venture capital funding and grant support for commercially viable tech projects by Ghanaian startups to drive innovation, foster high-tech entrepreneurship, create jobs, and support growth of Ghanaian high-tech businesses. We will also be providing live lab opportunities to Ghanaian tech startups under a matching program by purposely connecting them to matured large tech firms working on government tech projects to help startups test their ideas. And we will build a standard stadium for Sunyani because of their love of football and the many clubs in Sunyani. We will promote school sports by establishing a Ghana School Sports Secretariat to create more opportunities for young people in sports and collaborate with international bodies, as I said, to make Ghana a hub for emerging sports. Ladies and gentlemen, in the area of protecting our borders, it offers the opportunity to create a new generation of entrepreneurs through my business support initiatives. It strives to make Ghana a fully digitalized nation in which you are able to access public services with ease. It incentivizes the private sector to expand and deliver good jobs. Ladies and gentlemen, I believe that as Vice President, the policies I have championed or initiated have impacted or will impact the lives of virtually every Ghanaian. I have, with the full blessings and support of my boss, promised and delivered on many groundbreaking policies that are happening for the first time in our history. These include championing the Ghana Card, Agenda 111, e-pharmacy, Ghana.gov, one constituency, one ambulance, Zongo Development Fund, paperless ports, motor insurance, database, renewal of NHIS on your mobile phone, Ghana Card number as your TIN number, SNID number, NHIS number, zip line, delivery for drones, gold for oil, gold purchase program, and so on, and so on, and so on. Ladies and gentlemen, through the successful implementation of these policies, I have proven to be a problem solver and a promise keeper. Ladies and gentlemen, in conclusion, the choice. Oh, sissy fiani, check the personality. Oh, I'm the money, no seminary, no man. I'ma say, my time, I'ma say, I'ma see you, I'ma say, my time, I'ma say, no seminary, no man. I'ma say, my time, I'ma say, I'ma see you, I'ma say, my time, I'ma say, I'm go and get come on, baby, I am me go, up top, up, baby, I'm gonna come and get me, come on, baby, I'm let me go, up top, up, baby, hello, up top, up, baby, I'm
Subscribe. Media. Subscribe.